Hello everybody, Scott Golden here with the Wrestling Challenge review series. I lost about 10 of these, gotta redo them, so a little bit behind where I wanted to be, but anyway, this is the Wrestlemania season for 1993. Specifically, this is the 4th of, 4th of March 2000, not 2000, sure, 1993. 4th of March is, WrestleMania season, certainly a pretty good run there, and you're also going to get kind of a good little kind of go around there getting ready for WrestleMania 9. I believe this is the day of WrestleMania 9, if I remember correctly. As mentioned, we've got nearly 2,200 of these, and I've cleaned up some space on my computer for more, so that could be a good thing over the next little while. Still trying to plan a move sometime early next year, next few months, I hope. Where I am is just not conducive to my health being what it needs to be, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. In any event, and as we continue forward into things here, WrestleMania 9, of course, probably not everybody's favorite, but we move to Crush and Barry Horowitz. Horowitz being a guy that is, without a doubt, one of the better individuals at the time at being an enhancement talent for everyone's viewing pleasure, so to speak. Although I don't really know that people look at a guy and say, hey, he's a good enhancement talent, but it happens. Also understand that, in fact, Vince McMahon, Randy Savage, and Jerry Lawler are on commentary for the matches here, as Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan hosts the show from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas and conducting interviews during the show with Yokozuna, Mr. Fuji, Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, the Intercontinental Champion, as well as Giant Gonzalez and Harvey Whippleman, and the World Champion Bret Hart regarding their upcoming participation in WrestleMania 9, including highlights from Virgil and Gonzalez during their Wrestling Superstars match, as well as an interview with Hulk Hogan, Brutus Beefcake, and Jimmy Hart, featuring a tribute video to Hart, originally through the Respect Aretha Franklin song. Crush hits the military press slam, the inverted backbreaker, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, and the victory deal there. Hits the cranium crunch as well. Bob Backlund pins Jeff Parris 306 with a bridge. Backlund, of course, going into WrestleMania 9 with Razor Ramon in a match that under-delivers, according to a lot of people. The run there is not really big until he hits obviously the heel run in later, which I think was July 93, August 93, somewhere in there. But Bob Backlund as a babyface in 1992-93 didn't work very well. Backlund shoots in, gets a couple of shots along the way, and ultimately hip tosses, kind of tip-ups, and tries to get what he can where he can. Doesn't exactly go the way that Backlund wants, but it's okay, as Backlund doesn't seem terribly worried about any of that, and ultimately manages to, run through and run forward. Backlund again gets the body slam and gets a bridging pinfall. Bret Hart and Yokozuna hyping things here. We then go into the continuation of, as mentioned, the respect video, as it were, for Bret Hart. Bret Hart promising to be a fighting champion and continue to go into the WrestleMania 9 thing with Yokozuna. He believes he has a way to get the sharpshooter on him and makes that perfectly clear. Head Shrinkers are up next, Les Parker and Jim Powers. Head Shrinkers, of course, Samu, Fatu, and Afa. They bring out their kendo sticks. Pretty basic match here. Under 4 minutes, as it were, and I mean, side headlock, nothing really to write home about. Getting a couple of things along the way there. Powers, one of the key enhancement talents from about 88, 89 through his leaving in 94. Top rope splash by the Head Shrinkers. Sean Mooney plugging WrestleMania 9, and the Steiner brothers say they are ready to take on the Head Shrinkers and ready to be at their best going into WrestleMania 9, and they do that pretty well. Then we go to another in the series of matches here. Lex Luger up next in the narcissist role, and he's doing a bunch of posing, a bunch of basic maneuvers. Again, the idea that he, in 3 months to the day actually, he becomes a major force as a babyface is kind of interesting when you look back at it, just how quick things can change. Really no warning of Luger becoming the babyface at the time. Don't know how to feel about that, but anyway, then you kind of go with Luger pinning Tom Italy with a running forearm, 256, body slams, power slams, elbow drops, basic stuff. Luger not exactly in the best of condition in these squash matches because Luger usually needs someone to carry him, more posing than anything else. Mr. Perfect, on Titan says that he is absolutely perfect and ready for WrestleMania, and ultimately leads things forward there. Giant Gonzalez in a suit with Harvey Whippleman. Harvey Whippleman goes at it face to face with the nature that is Gorilla Monsoon. Whippleman so small, Gonzalez so big, actually makes Monsoon look small. Choke slam by Gonzalez in the highlighted match with Virgil. Not exactly a super awesome match by any stretch of the imagination there, but it is what it is as far as things go, and ultimately getting things going according to some semblance of plan. Kamala up next in an enhancement match here. Punch, kick, basic stuff. Enhancement talent tries to shake his hand, takes a few cheap shots at Kamala. Kamala not to be outdone. Hits a couple of shots there and gets a splash and ultimately gets a victory there. Bam Bam Bigelow hyped for his match with Kamala in the event center that does not take place on WrestleMania. And WrestleMania 9, certainly not one of everyone's favorites, but at the same time, I'd still take WrestleMania 9 over most of the stuff that happens today because it's more of a wrestling-related show. Gene Okerlund out there on the podium interview with none other than Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake. Hogan, of course, promising that he and Beefcake, the Megamaniacs, will defeat Ted DiBiase and IRS for the tag team titles, also claiming that nobody can destroy the face of Hulk Hogan or Brutus Beefcake, and Beefcake says he's ready to go for the first time since the parasailing accident in 1990, at least on pay-per-view, first time he's ready to go. Of course, wrestling on Raw a few weeks before. But anyway, we will be back with more right after this.